Hey guys, Travis Daggett with Cornerstone Properties, talking today about market conditions and how that affects your decision in selling your property or even buying a property. So when people say market conditions or how's the market or the market's hot, it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, they're talking about market conditions. Now, the number one indicator that we look at, and really you should look at if you want to determine the market conditions, is months of inventory. So equilibrium between a buyer's and seller's market is 6 months of inventory. So what that means is if we stop today and there's no more listings on the multiple listing service, houses listed for sale by an agent, nobody listed anymore, it would take 6 months to sell all the houses at the current rate of selling them. That's what days of inventory means at 6 months. So for example, in Eugene right now, we're around 2 months of inventory. So you can see by that we're in a strong seller's market. So that means inventory is low. It means it's easy to sell a house. Easy meaning there's high demand and low inventory, and it's much more difficult to buy a house. So that can create a catch-22 for a seller, because if somebody is selling their primary residence and they need another place to live in the same town, Eugene to Eugene, well, it's easy for them to sell their house and they can likely get a higher price because of the type of market, but now they have to turn around and buy a house, which is hard. So it can be a catch-22. That's how market conditions affect if you're selling a house. So that's something to factor in. Let's say that months of inventory was 8 months or 10 months or 12 months or something. Now it's probably going to take a lot longer to sell your property, and there's not going to be as much demand, so it's going to be harder to get a higher price. The 2 months of inventory, like we have here, when equilibrium is 6 months, you can tell it's 3 times harder to buy or 3 times easier to sell in that sense. What's normal or equilibrium. So if you're thinking about selling a property, you can take that into account. The other thing to think about is time of year and seasons too. I think we'll talk about that in a separate video. Hope that helps make decision on selling a property or buying a property. If you have a property that you're interested in selling, or you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We'd like to buy your house. Travis Daggett with Cornerstone Properties.